Good afternoon. Today is a Saturday. I'm in work for the first Saturday in a while, and we are finally processing the Mega Drive. Oh sorry, I thought I had a mark on my face. It's a shadow, Lucy. It's a shadow. But we are finally processing that Mega Drive stuff in, which was the final big bout of that really expensive trading. If anyone hasn't seen that daily vlog, I traded in like someone's entire collection for 1,700 quid, which was actually my rent. So I took a massive gamble trading all this stuff in, hoping to sell it back and have my rent in time. I'm 3 days overdue with my rent, and I haven't paid my flat rent yet either. But it's okay, because I'm feeling pretty positive. We've had 2 good days in the shop, so that's obviously going to help out. We've had a good day today. We've already hit target, and that is thanks to this trading. Like, you know, it's not all the trading that we're selling, but people are coming in, the trading is selling, la 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 la, and it's always good to have that type of stuff on the Facebook page to be like, hey look, we do games and stuff like that. Obviously we do games, you know what I mean, just to keep the page active. And I uploaded just a picture of all the boxes, being like, oh, we've got this massive trade-in. And the reach on that, considering that Facebook is infamously terrible with their reach. We reached 7,199 people. It had 2 shares, over 105 reactions, and 44 comments. And some of them just gave me life. They were like memes of like from 7 going like, what's in the box? And like someone heavily sweating, waiting to find out what's in it. So we've just processed the Mega Drive games that don't have a manual. We are now going to do the Mega Drive games that have a manual, and then we're going to do just the cartridge games. And I think I showed you the cartridge. Oh, it's kind of hidden by a box at the moment. But all these are complete. All these grey boxes here are completely full of Mega Drive games that have a manual. I just processed £650 worth of boxed Mega Drive games without a manual. So I'm finally processing wise into profit of the games, because I processed £1,700 worth when we got the trade in. So now I've processed enough to go, oh well, if we sell it all, it's profit. But everyone should know that £600 when you've just spent £1,700 is not a good markup, so gotta keep processing.
Have you ever seen a red cartridge before? That's amazing! That's so cool!
That is not my music. That's in a shop over there. She's deaf. She has to be deaf. So today's been an interesting day. I had one of the worst panic attacks I've had in a very, very, very long time. To the point where I turned into a teenager and I was slamming doors and shouting at people because, I don't know. And then I lay in my bed crying, and I did a status. My phone should be taken off me while I'm having panic attacks. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as it could have been considering how I felt, but it was pretty bad. It was just, I only ever want to, basically it was saying how alone I felt, and I felt like, and it is true, but I don't want to voice it. I was like, I feel very alone when I have a panic attack, because when other people around me have anything of anxiety problems or anything like that, on a whole, I'm quite good at fixing it, or being there, or dealing with it. Because I have anxiety, so I know I basically do what I would like to be done to me to them, and 90% of the time it works. And I don't know, maybe other people's brains don't work like that. There's apparently something very scary about me, because some of my exes and Andrew, whenever I have a panic attack, they get scared that I'm gonna shout at them, because I can shout. I am not quite nice sometimes during a panic attack, a bad panic attack, and so they get scared of what to do and they don't react. And the thing is, if you say nothing to, I don't know what it is, when I'm having a panic attack, if you don't if you ignore me or you just stare at me, I flip. I lose my I just self-centered myself. I honestly, I flip and I can scream at you. It's so bad, because effectively I'm having a panic attack, and the most simple terms of a panic attack is your brain thinks literally everything around you is a threat, so you are panicking. And that might not necessarily be in the sense that most people think, where you can just like be scared. You are panicking and you go into fight or flight mode. So obviously the way I must react is I think everything's a threat, so therefore if it even slightly irritates me in any way, it's a threat, and I lash out at it, I fight. And that's the only way I can rationalize it, and I get really snappy and I lose all my patience, and I don't have much patience anyway, but I lose my patience. And I'm not saying it's fair on them, I'm just saying like I can't control it, and that's what I do. And so yeah, and it makes me laugh because I shout, it scares them, and then like boys are scared of women apparently, or scared of me. And then like they don't want me to shout, so they don't do anything, but they are 100% guaranteed if they're just going to stare at me, I'm gonna shout. So yeah, me and Andrew had a fight. We are like brother and sister, we really are, because we will have the worst fights, and then we'll be fine 5 minutes later. But yeah, I was having a panic attack, and we were walking home from work, because it started in work, because I had to be somewhere. And it was a really good day today in the shop, and we had a really other big trade-in, and it was a bit complicated, and so I was like getting later and later, and that was like pushing up my anxiety. And then as we were locking up, I started just getting weird, and then Andrew wasn't feeling great himself, and he got a bit snappy. Not really, but he was obviously not okay. And I asked him what was up, and he was like, oh, I'll tell you later. But I was, as much as I wanted to be there for him, I was kind of trying to distract myself, and he wouldn't talk to me because he was not feeling okay, so he went quiet. And then he was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm having a really bad panic attack. And then he did nothing, and I got really angry at him, and I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's fair, and I just got like really wound up, and so I started walking home faster and faster and faster, and I got upset because like he didn't know how to deal with it, which is not his fault, it's fine, but at the time I needed someone to be there to know how to deal with it, because it was so bad. I was struggling to contain it myself, and the trigger is ignoring me or just staring at me, and nothing I can do can contain that, nothing I can do calm me down for some reason. Don't know what it is, I just snap. And I stormed home, and I slammed my bedroom door as hard as I could, and then I hid under my blanket. And the worst thing about it is I know I'm not okay, and I know I'm overreacting, and I know I'm panicking, and then I just can't be okay. I don't know. And he came in, I could hear the door open, and he didn't say anything. He was just standing there, and I'm like, my whole body is shaking from just this adrenaline, and I just screamed, go away, or leave me alone, or something like that. And he didn't react very well to being shouted at, what a surprise, and slammed the front door and left. And I was like, and then I was like, no one will put up with me, no one who cares about me, and no one knows how to deal with me, and I'm so alone. And it was like, I'm getting a bit upset, like I was imitating that then, but I there is truth to that, and that is crippling to me, because I've always wished I would meet that person who could help me, you know. And then and over the years I've learned to help myself, which is great, but it's nice to have someone, isn't it, who can do that. But I still have people who love me very much. He messaged me and apologized, and he was like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to deal with you. and then I was so melodramatic, and I put a status up saying this. Well, I guess I'm being melodramatic talking about it now, but it was during the panic attack, so I was like, oh, isn't it great when you're always there for everyone else? No one's there for you. And I was like, fucking hell, Lucy. But then loads of people messaged me, and they were like, I'm there for you if you want to talk, you know, blah 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 blah. And I just felt like, I felt rubbish. I felt so rubbish, because I am so proud of the progress I've made as a person with my anxiety, and YouTube's one of it. One of the reasons why I'm talking about it right now is because I like to document my ups and my downs, and it's annoying me that I had such a bad panic attack that I did that status, because right now I feel like it's productive talking about it. I'm talking about how bad I can be, why I got so bad, how it can affect other people negatively with how you act. And I have so many people message me saying that me talking about my anxiety helps them, but that status didn't do that. That status was, it came across as attention seeking, it came across as negative, and I don't like that. I don't want to be projecting negativity into this world. But on the one positive thing, I got a lot of warm and loving messages from it. So as much as I don't want to be that person who does them type of statuses, I'm very humbled at how much love I got. And then literally 3 minutes later, I went outside to get some fresh air. Andrew was there, and we were like, do you want to go get some food? And we were like, yeah, okay. we can't, there's no longevity in our falling out. We didn't even fall out. I snapped during a panic attack. Like, I'm not saying it's not my fault. It is. I snapped, but it's not 100% me when I snap during a panic attack. And he didn't fall out with me. He got frustrated that he couldn't help me. And that's, you know, that's very sweet, really, that he did that. So, yeah. 9 minutes in, and I'm just talking about panic attacks. And then my heart broke, because I've just found out there's been another attack on London Bridge. And I feel shit saying this, but like, it's getting to the point now where there's just so many attacks. It's not so much that it's not a shock, and it's not that I don't care about the people during the attack. I get more upset now that my heart gets heavy, that I'm like, I just feel we're getting closer and closer to this really bad thing happening. And I don't mean like another big attack, I mean like a war. And I don't want a war. I don't want to go to war. I don't want there to be terrorist attacks. I don't want there to be attacks on any country. I mean any country. I want the world to just like chill for a minute and just stop. Because so much hatred and fear is escalating out of control right now. So there you go. I'm gonna go. I'm so sorry this was such a depressive daily vlog, but I guess when you get daily vlogs, that's gonna happen now and again. But I am okay. I am okay now. I'll see you tomorrow.